Hello, everybody. It is another Monday night chill stream. Let me take that off the screen there. Nobody, if you haven't already smashed up the like button, do it now. Do it before you leave. The show didn't even start. Your Manrick's in the chat. He's complaining that he didn't get to sell his Bitcoin for a big bag of fiat. He's complaining about the intro music. There's a lot of unhappy people. They don't have the power to change the price of gasoline at the gas pump. They don't have the power to kick Joe Biden out of the White House. So they figure like, hey, maybe I'll take a shot at James and I'll get somewhere. But realistically, that's not going to happen, right? So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the month of June chill stream. Today was I keep way over exercising. I'm going to be in so much agony tomorrow. But the weather's been gorgeous. Everything's mostly going the way I expect it to. I'm not really happy about it, but there's a lot of stuff we really can't change, right? I was in Philly Sunday night, and there was a shooting that killed 3 people, killed 3 and wounded 11 on South 3rd Street. I was on North 3rd Street. I didn't hear it. I didn't see, but there's like a highway that separates North from South 3rd Street in Philadelphia. But and I left there at midnight, and I was like, I wanted some food. I said, let me stop at a diner. There's got to be like an all-night diner somewhere in Philadelphia. So I Googled like 24-hour diner in Philadelphia. The first one I go to was closed, and then there was another one. I said, let me go to the next one. It's only like a mile away. So I go to the next one, and it's like, how ghetto was this diner? They had armed security. There was a black dude with a Glock on his hip and a bulletproof vest that said security. And I'm like, really? I'm going to go in and eat here? I was like, yeah, let's go. Come on, let's do it. So I went in there. It was talking about dystopian diner future. Man, it was bad. It was so bad. Overwhelming, the clientele was black. The menu was only like 4 pages. You know what I mean? At the bottom of the menu, it said that an 18% gratuity is automatically added to every check because, of course, they're not going to tip anyway. I ordered the pastrami Reuben, which I'm surprised I didn't get sick from, to be perfectly honest. But an iced tea. And the iced tea came in a plastic glass because you don't want actual glass. And they didn't have silverware. They gave you a plastic knife and fork, like a little plastic packet knife and fork. I was like, I guess this cuts down on the stabbings and the sticking of the dinner fork in the waitress's eye that you're liable to get from this place. It's called the Four Seasons Diner on Cotman Avenue, Cotman Avenue and Roosevelt Avenue in Philadelphia. Terrible place, horrible place. Anyway, so that was that, and I was like, that was just, I just wanted to know like what life was going to be like, and I realized that, well, one, there was a dude that was in there who looked exactly like fucking Sam Kinison. If Sam Kinison was alive, because he's been dead for a long time. But if Sam Kinison was alive and like 22 years old and not that fat and hooked on cocaine, this guy looked dead bang like Kinison. But that whole thing was just such a weird experience. But I did it anyway because whatever. I was hungry. It was open. You know what I mean? It's I live to tell the tale. It just reminded me of what a really diversity future could look like, and it's not what you're going to like. You're not going to want to live that way. It's going to look beyond. It's going to be beyond like the Walmart version of America. It's beneath that. It's below that. Really, really bad. So I got so much stuff I gotta put up. And I was so unhappy with my my computer because right before the show I'm like trying to improve the performance, and I I get this program that tells me, oh, hey, listen, Adobe Acrobat's sucking up too much resources. So it's like, all right, I'll just delete Adobe Acrobat, which I never use anyway, and I hate that program. And I can't fucking do it because I'm not the administrator. How the fuck am I not the administrator of my own fucking laptop? So that pissed me off. But we got to clear some stuff up from last week. And I said when I started this channel, like I would be swinging the banhammer. So it's time once again, ladies and gentlemen, to swing the banhammer. So last week, let's see if we get this up on the screen. Although everything seems to be going all right now. Although I think I managed to put Adobe Acrobat to sleep. So that's saving me some resources. So the show might not suck as bad as it normally does because I figured out one life hack. But we're waiting. Okay, here we go. So last week, Cuchalongo was in the chat, and he's like putting up like 1,000 chat messages. People go crazy in the chat sometimes. But and I wasn't, like I was responding to him. I want people to feel, like inclusive and interactive. Feel like they're part of the broadcast. So I don't mind interacting with the chat, but there's stuff I miss, and here's something I missed, and I'm thinking like, okay, this is the dude, like this is like a fan, right? This is a guy who's technically like on my side, and I don't know how well you guys can see that. I'll make it even bigger, but I occasionally mention my family because I don't interact with them a whole lot, but I do interact with them somewhat, and they're part of your life, right? Family's part of your life, but not for anyone on the internet, not for the mentally ill fucking cunts who pretend to be fucking right wingers. So here's a chat message, right? It's talking about my nieces. Do all of your younger female relatives want to have sex with black men? And then he writes, just a question. Now I get that all you fucking fake ass right wing fucking cunt rags are like, oh, we hate the Jews, we hate porn, and all you do is fucking watch porn all fucking day. It runs your fucking brain. It runs your fucking mind. And the other thing, Cuchalongo was like, can you go to a show without knocking the Jews? Hey, you can go to some fucking, you wanted some philo-Semitic fucking stream? There's a fucking million of them. There's a fucking million of them. All right. This is not that. So boom, banhammer on Cuchalongo. Say goodbye, unless Google somehow lets him back in, like you let fucking Bob Paxton back in. But Cuchalongo is banned because you don't talk that way about people's family, and you don't talk that way about people who aren't there to defend themselves, right? That's a scumbag move. Part of the reason why I named tonight's show Piercing the Veil, right? And is because people hide behind the internet and you think no one can tell who the real you is, like you're the super deception layers of camouflage and shit. No, trust me, you're going to tell people who you are. And I'm at the age, particularly in the mental state right now, when you tell me who you are, I'm going to believe you. Okay. Listen to that again. When you tell me who you are, I'm going to believe you. All right. So that's wonderful. You think nobody knows the real me? I will know the real you, and then I will make the appropriate judgments about you. So Cuchalongo can go fuck himself. Your man Rick in the chat. Still long-term optimistic about BTC. Of course. What is the alternative? There is no alternative. I got tons and tons and tons and tons of things. But what's that Cuchalongo off? What the fuck do I know, man? These are mentally ill fucking people who self-medicate. You know what I mean? And they think that there's no consequences for their behavior. Okay, so where I have so much stuff. What are we gonna do? Let's go with this one because I meant to do it last week, but I somehow did not get to it. But this is very much current events, very timely, quite the timely tweet, and it is from our friends at the World Economic Forum. Everyone knows our friends, you know what I mean? Our buddies, our pals at World Economic Forum. Your man Rick in the chat. Are you standing with Ukraine? No, I do not stand with Ukraine. But I see everything painted in blue and yellow. Everything's lit up in blue and yellow all along Highway 95. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. There's in Loudoun County by Dulles, Virginia, they're building all kinds of shit. Google's having a building built down there and a bunch of other Capital One's down there. USA Today's down there. Volkswagen's down there. All these big companies. Amazon warehouse. So they're building, and the way they build, of course, they put a crane on top of the building, and they lift shit and lower shit with the crane. Well, those cranes are lit up. They have lights on them, I guess, so airplanes don't hit them, and they're lit up. There's two cranes I can see from the highway. One is yellow, or one is gold, and the other one's blue. It's like everywhere, all the time. There's the buildings in Camden, New Jersey, that I can see from the highway in Philadelphia that were blue and yellow up until Pride Month, and now then they were rainbow. It's shit tier fucking propaganda everywhere. And you know what? When somebody goes to the fucking gas pump, nobody fucking gives a shit, because none of this, all of that, it gets completely fucking wiped out because of what I have on the screen right now. This is who is this? Norwegian finance CEO Kirsten Brathen says that the energy transition will create energy shortages and inflationary pressure, but this, quote, pain is, quote, worth it. She's not going to be feeling any of the pain, but I bet you're feeling some pain. This tweet was from like a week ago or so. So their master plan is to transition from energy that works to energy that doesn't work, on the theory that I guess you will have to sell your car, and then there'll be less traffic on the highway when their plane lands and they want to get to their townhouse in Manhattan or wherever the fuck they're going, because mostly they want your car off the road so they don't have to sit in traffic. That is almost entirely what this shit is about. Because they listen, everybody knows they're dumb as fuck. They just happen to be born in the right position with good connections, and they have developed the skill of collecting resources. Your man Rick in the chat. Why aren't you standing against Russia? Russia's attempted genocide. Two groups of Jews killing goy, for their own reasons. It's just white guys in Ukraine, and they're surrendering, apparently. Shooting white guys in Russia and vice versa. For what? For what? What is the purpose? What do you get? What do you get? Do you even get a little piece of land? You know what I mean? Did they give you a little fucking garden plot to grow some fucking beets? What do they eat? Beets and fucking turnips and shit? No, you just get fucking shot by Russians or shot by fucking Ukrainians. While the Jews that run Russia and the Ukraine fucking strip mine the entire fucking country for all its fucking resources. It's bullshit. And the Jews in America manipulate the fucking markets, you know what I mean, to make mega fortunes off this. So I see it for what it is. It's a resource grab by warring factions of small hats, and it can't end fast enough because literally no good comes from it. The only winners are Jews, not us. There's no winning here. Period. End of story. And then listen, if you're watching the news and prioritizing your worldview based on the news, you're not going to get it. So I watch a bunch of stuff. I watch a lot of content, and let's go with, there's this dude, where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, this is it. This just popped up relatively recently. The guy does, his guy's name is Stephen Williams. He's like a light-skinned black dude, a mixed race, light-skinned black dude or Dominican guy. And he was involved in MMA for a while. He was never a fighter for whatever reason, and he fucked up his life, and he was homeless twice and shit. But he would train with all these top people. The top guy in the UFC for jiu-jitsu, Danaher, and all these other people. He trained with them from like an early age, and he fucked up his life. Now he has a YouTube channel, and he's funny. He knows all this MMA shit. As these guys are flopping and rolling around, he can tell you what they're going to do before they do it. Like he's that familiar from where their bodies are. He can tell what they're going to do, whether they're going to get the arm bar, they're not going to get the arm bar. He's real fast with that. And he's got a YouTube channel, right? And he shows a clip and from all old stuff that doesn't violate copyright stuff. But he's funny and he's quick, and his channel's been growing. But when your channel grows and he's trying to get out of fucking the YouTube ghetto and make real money, there's always a price. There is always a price. Let me shut that and save even more resources. What do I got here? Yeah, that's it. All right. And then, so this is what he recently did. And this is recycling some old shit. But I started watching this, and this was, anybody remember Charlottesville and 2017? There was the his neo-Nazi fight club. So a couple of days ago, you see the top video, right? Let me make this bigger. Right, the thumbnail for the video, neo-Nazi fight clubs spread hate through MMA. Can I make that even bigger? Can you see it even better? I want you to see it even better. And then in that little box right above the white dude he's just got one finger up. That little box that says white power. And you can see Steven in the corner looking unhappy, his head in his hands. He's disapproving. He's about as disapproving as he can be, right? Oh, you can't have white people doing MMA. White people with unacceptable political opinions. What, are you crazy? And then just below it, you can see he's got that surprise face, which for another video he did on an MMA fighter goes from drag to riches. So a drag queen / MMA guy made some money, supposedly. I didn't watch that. I did watch a little bit of the white power one, and it was just the old it's hysterical, breathless reporting on fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? That like all those like right-wing groups that were getting guys together to go rafting, and then they would do some MMA, but they would go hiking and shit. And they're like, these extremists tried to sell their hate ideology as a lifestyle. And they're saying hate ideology, and it's a bunch of dudes doing whitewater rafting. Like, you know what I mean? Like doing fun stuff. It was the fucking shittiest. I didn't watch the whole video. But anyway, if you want to get big, if you want to get, past whatever, like 150,000 subscribers on YouTube, that's a lot of subscribers. And I guess you make some money from that, from ad revenue, assuming you have content that is revenue friendly, and his content is revenue friendly. That's where you got to go. You got to get woke. You've got to get woke. But where is it? Where's the other one? Where is the other one? And then he just did this one, and I could not even, bro. I can't even. Although the thumbnail I guess it's equally as bad. It kind of puts things visually at the same level, but the messaging is entirely different. Jonathan Pohl, welcome to the show. So here's Stephen Williams again, head in hands. He seems to be upset by the Antifa Fight Club. Instead of it being a hate ideology, is it right or wrong? It says anti-fascist self-defense. So when right-wing guys practice jiu-jitsu or boxing, it's a murderous hate ideology. And when left-wing people do the same thing, even though the dude in the thumbnail is holding a fucking stick with fucking nails in it or something, it's just self-defense. And that's the price you got to pay, because this dude he's an MMA guy. He's not a fucking political guy. He's not a culture guy. You know what I mean? Not in any way, but you want to break out. You want to break out of YouTube and make real money. Well, you got to carry water. You know what I mean? You're going to be carrying water for the regime, or you're not going anywhere. Which is why channels like this, my channel, is, you know, the reason why I do it the way I do it is because I know I'm not going anywhere. Never going to go anywhere. My opinions are way beyond the fucking pale, in like probably in every way. So, you know, I'm not going to fool myself into thinking, boy, I'm articulate, I'm decent looking, I can make a lot of money doing X. Maybe I could, but I have no interest in doing that. I have interest in doing and saying what I'm doing and saying here and now. You want to be part of it? Great, be part of it. You want to go do something else? See ya. There's no need for you to be here. Right? I mean, other than you want to be here. You don't want to be here. You know what I mean? Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. The electronic door, the digital door. All right. What was I talking about last week? Still trying to clean up some stuff from last week. Just try to have that continuity, have that, once again, the connectedness, the sense of connectedness and community. All right. And in talking about Bitcoin last week, I mentioned that there are a fair number of Bitcoin people who are quite religious, very Christian, in fact. And there's a couple of Muslims, but mostly I see Christian ones. And I can absolutely get along with these people because whether they know it or not, we're driving towards the same goal. And these are people that actually are doing something rather than trusting the plan. Rather than saying, well, it's all in God's hands, I don't have to do anything. If they look at the Federal Reserve and the US dollar as the devil's money and they want to get rid of it, and they view Bitcoin as divinely inspired, man, I am 100% for this. So this is from this guy's actual on Twitter is Pastor Coin. And he tweets, working on a short book called Principles of Scripture in Bitcoin. This book will be a resource you can use to help your biblically literate friends understand the basics of Bitcoin in a language that they are familiar with. This was tweeted on June 3rd of this year, 2022. So that there's a biblical mindset when it comes to Bitcoin. Like I said, I can absolutely work with that. Everybody knows I'm not religious, but if you're willing, if we're all going to row the boat in the same direction, you want to row for Jesus? Rock on, dude. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Where was the other one? There was a second one. There was a second one that was just like that, or similar enough. This is more in the nature of a meme. This is from the May 30th. 30th May of this year. But to Ian Mandrick's point early on before the show even started, where he's yelling at me and telling me that I owe him something. An apology for him putting his money into Bitcoin, or so he claims. At what price he did that, I don't know. But from Bitcoin Magazine, right? It says Bitcoin is the lifeboat. Below that, it's a little tough to see, from Will Sholenkoff. It says it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. So we have inflation now, obviously food inflation, energy inflation, but we don't have hyperinflation yet. But inflation came. I said inflation was coming. I'm not the only one who said that. A lot of other people said that, but now it's here. Your dollar's getting weaker, and Bitcoin remarkably stable. Like, it's 6 months now. We're going sideways at like $30,000, which is a lot of stability. It's more stable than the U.S. dollar than a lot of other things. So there are religious people that are Bitcoiners. There are non-religious people that are Bitcoiners as well. like this guy. This dude, everyone might remember from the 2016 electoral cycle, the one, the only founder of PayPal, the very gay Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel recently gave a statement to CNBC that he is underinvested in Bitcoin. Peter Thiel, the super gay, sometimes Republican or maybe Republican tech billionaire, says, I don't have enough Bitcoin. Now, if Christians are looking at it this way and gay Republicans are looking at it the same way, I'm suggesting to you there's something of value here for a lot of different groups. And you might find that it has value for you. Now, if you're like your man, Rick, and you're looking to buy Bitcoin this week, sell it at the end of the week, so you can buy a Lamborghini to snort cocaine out of the a supermodel's ass crack, and call yourself a traditional right wing something or other, whatever. Then you're going to be disappointed. But if you are thinking in a lower time preference manner, okay, you are, and you're going to store your wealth in a form that is not the U.S. dollar. A lot of people are looking at Bitcoin. Why aren't people looking at gold? Well, because some people are looking at gold, but it's just it's not what you think it is. It's not. Where is it? Where? Here we go. Gold bugs BTFO. Gold bugs BTFO. Here is why not gold. It's been made before, but we'll make it again because people can use a reminder. You could use a reminder, and you can ask yourself, if this is the way it is for nation states, how will it be for me? I mean, you think of yourself as, I'm sure you think of yourself as a mighty, powerful individual. You have a Twitter account, you have internet access, you can come into the chat on my show and yell at me that you're unhappy about the price of Bitcoin, as if I control the price of Bitcoin. I do not. But if I did, I would still keep it low so more people could get aboard. So what do we got? This is from Zero Hedge, right? An Austrian gold transfer from London to Switzerland planned in 2015 still hasn't arrived. So it's 7 years, and they're just trying to move the gold from London to Switzerland. This is nation state to nation state, and it's not happening. That is why gold will not be the future. No one's going to believe that you have a lot of gold in, like in a safe, and they're just going to give you groceries for like 9 fucking years until you actually come up with the gold bar. That's not going to happen, right? They're not going to give you rent and food and gasoline and cars and clothing and medicine and, hope that maybe 9 years from now, finally the gold moves from point A to point B. And I know what you're saying. Hey, James, listen, we're not keeping the gold in a vault. All right. We're all going to keep it. We're going to self-custody our gold. I'm going to have a big safe, and there's going to be a safe, and I'm going to have the big fucking wheel I'm going to turn, and I'm going to take out a gold coin, and I'm going to go to the fucking supermarket and say, give me a dozen eggs, or let me buy a shirt from the store, or whatever the fuck you're going to do, right? I'm sure you think that's going to happen, and then the store is going to pay the truck driver, and the truck driver is going to put the gold coin in the gas pump or the diesel pump. I'm sure all this is going to fucking happen any fucking day now, right? It's not going to happen. Gold is not the future. Gold is the past. Okay, it is the past. It doesn't work for the exact reason I just showed you. When nation states can't can't get their own property in a timely fashion, gold is not a medium of exchange. There's a reason why paper money once it was adopted, covered the earth rather than gold. It's a million times easier, okay? And Bitcoin is that much beyond paper money because Bitcoin is limited. There can't be any more of it than 21 million. No one can inflate away your wealth. So Bitcoin has infinitely higher value than any paper receipt issued by any bank or any government. That is our point. And that is our point. So, and I will once again point out, people oftentimes telegraph things. They will tell you things they don't intend. Like Cucamonga doesn't really intend. Like he thinks how clever he is. This is a Federal Reserve governor. This is not the top guy, not Powell. This is a guy named Bullard. Virgil Dock, Purple Heart. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the show. This is a Federal Reserve Bank governor. Just out of the blue on June 1st said the dollar will continue to be the reserve currency for the foreseeable future. And I circled the first reply tweet underneath it. If they have to say it, they're worried about it. Nobody even asked. Nobody asked. They just blurted it out. You know what I mean? Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. Hang on to your dollars. And it seemingly, fortuitously, there's a big fucking red dot above the from the Twitter account. So that's like the big warning red light. You know what I mean? There's the red light flashing in your face. Hopefully you see it and you take the appropriate action because the dollar is in bad shape. However, at this point in the Bitcoin versus the US dollar battle, okay, we're actually battling, right? First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you. And we're in the then they fight you. Now, the stage we're in right now is then they fight you. How long is this stage going to take and how bad is it going to get? I have no fucking idea. This is the fight. This is it. They are fighting. Pointed out a couple of weeks ago, there was a Jewish man and he went to MIT and he rewrote here, I'm going to improve Bitcoin and you have to adopt my software upgrade. And it fucking sank without a ripple. BIP 119 sank without a ripple because one, it did nothing new. And two, this guy was fucking nobody in the community. So everyone fucking ignored him. And who gives a shit that you spent 3 years on it? Nobody gives a fuck that you went to fucking MIT. That doesn't mean anything. Okay. This is a decentralized system where you have to create a consensus to convince people to do something or not do something. Okay. And they aren't accustomed to doing that. They're accustomed to going behind closed doors and getting people in authority, in power, authority figures to make the changes they want and impose them on you. So, and they've tried this before. They're going to keep going with this. They're going to keep going with this. But a great example of how they don't fucking understand at all what they're doing. These are the fucking the product developers, right? This tweet is from June 4th of 2022, a couple of days ago. The guy Bitcoin Gandalf making fun of it. All it takes is support from a few powerful firms and people to change the fundamentals of Bitcoin. So the article by Elysia Gikritsi, G.K. Gikritsi, that's what kind of name is that? You want to talk about Russia versus Ukraine name. Inside the environmentalists' campaign to change Bitcoin's code, campaigners explain why they're convinced all it takes is support from a few powerful firms and people to change the fundamentals of Bitcoin. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You literally don't. That's how they get everything else they want in life. So they think it's going to work against Bitcoin. It's not going to work. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I point out that Peter Thiel, whatever the hell his name is feels that he doesn't have enough Bitcoin, but he's not trying to change Bitcoin. He's just trying to get more of it. Okay. That some billionaire, a gay Republican billionaire, sees the same value I see doesn't mean I'm going to do anything that fucking gay billionaire says. Okay. Because if he was really as smart as he thought he was, he would have been in on Bitcoin, like whatever, 5 or 7 years ago. But he was making a lot of money with PayPal and everything else. So he ignores it. Now he notices the inflation. He sees the money printer go burr. And he's like, oh shit, I need something that's not US dollars. And he knows that it's Bitcoin, but he can't. I don't know. He doesn't want to move the price or whatever. He doesn't want to go crazy buying it, but he's trying to acquire as much as he can, and I think you should do the same. But whatever Peter Thiel does or doesn't do doesn't affect me. The reason why I save my wealth in Bitcoin is because I don't want the small hats at the Federal Reserve to literally steal my fucking life and just fucking piss it away. I don't want that. I've already had enough of that in life. And you know what? There's a lot of things I can't change. There's a lot of things I can't fucking stop. But the one thing I can stop is you stealing my money via inflation. So I'm going to stop it. If you don't think that's a good idea, if you think that it's a great idea to let other people steal your fucking money and life via inflation, have fun. Go to another fucking channel. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about showing how people smarter than you and more determined than you are building a future that you probably don't have the imagination to understand because you're locked into a lot of really, really dumb stuff. Okay, here we go. You talk about Nigeria and people used to laugh at you. Anybody remember? That's like a rap song from the 80s. You talk about Nigeria and people used to laugh at you. Nowadays, all I'm hearing is Bitcoin is for Africa. We know that the Central African Republic adopted Bitcoin as a currency along with the US dollar. But here's another bit of news out of Africa. Kenya's largest electricity producer to supply excess geothermal energy to Bitcoin miners. This was from yesterday, 5 June 2022. So you have geothermal energy in Kenya. They got more energy than they know what to do with. They got more electricity than they know what to do with. The country's probably not properly electrified. So they have all this energy going to waste. Guess what? Bitcoiners can fix that. Bitcoiners are going to fix that. And the Kenyan electricity, whatever, utility is going to make money from Bitcoin miners by selling them geothermal energy. Very similar to what the El Salvador is doing by mining Bitcoin, by mining Bitcoin using the geothermal energy from volcanoes. Very, very similar. So where else? Okay, here's another one. This is almost in a way on the other end of it, right? This describes another country from a faraway place, which I have never been to, and I do not plan on going to. But similar to ExxonMobil, oil companies in Oman, the Middle Eastern country of Oman, will be mining Bitcoin with flare gas. That's the excess natural gas that comes from drilling oil to reduce their greenhouse emissions. Now, that's the energy sector of the economy, of the global economy, is adopting Bitcoin, right? It's Exxon, it's Oman, it's the Kenyan fucking thing, it's El Salvador. Everybody wants to mine Bitcoin. If you got extra energy, if you have hydrocarbons in excess that are going to waste, don't let them go to waste, okay? This is a way to avoid greenhouse gas taxes, ESG, all that shit. Those companies who don't give a fuck about Bitcoin, they don't know nothing about small hats, they don't know nothing about money print to go burr. They're just trying to keep their jobs in the fucking oil patch or at the electric company, right? They're just trying to keep their paychecks. They're finding that Bitcoin fills a need for them that nothing else does. This is the point I make about you need to solve problems and engineer solutions to fix things, or there's no point in your existence. Okay, and Bitcoin does this for disparate groups, whether you understand it or you don't understand it. For me, it saves my money from inflation. For the oil companies in Oman, it keeps them from paying high taxes for greenhouse gases, right? Now, where's the other one? Here is what the real here is a very real, very, very real challenge. This is what America should be doing. This is what we should have been doing for a while. And by the time we fucking get to doing this, we are going to be so fucking far behind the eight ball. I shudder to fucking think what's going to happen. What's the tweet? Over the next 15 years, China is planning to build more nuclear power plants than the rest of the world has built in the past 35 years. There are enormous geopolitical implications from that. So Tesla cars, electric vehicles, blah, 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 blah. You can run them if you're running them off of nuclear power. You won't need oil. You won't need the Middle East. Okay. Is China going to take a big step towards that? Looks like they are, right? Looks like they're planning to do that. And that is a much, much bigger threat. You want to talk about a threat to the petrodollar. If China doesn't need your fucking oil, well, you lose a big lever of control over that, right? And China already is a nuclear power. They have what, 300 nuclear missiles. I don't know how many nuclear power plants they have, but apparently they're going to be building a whole lot more just in the next 15 years. And when those chopstick jockeys want to get shit done, they will get shit done. So, yeah, time to understand just how fucking stupid our leaders are, and even if the fucking slant eyes are going to fucking outrun us in long-term ways that we're going to have to fucking I don't know, it's going to be like literally a moonshot for us to fucking catch up to them. And the reason why is because we're shooting ourselves in the fucking foot, and then we're fucking whatever, smashing ourselves in the head with a fucking hammer. We're doing this to ourselves. We could smoke these motherfuckers any day of the week if we had proper leadership, but we don't. And the reason why is because our leadership doesn't work for us. Our leadership works for the Federal Reserve Bank of the United States, which is not federal and has no fucking reserves and is a private fucking bank. Has nothing to do with this country. It's owned by the fucking Rothschilds. They own our fucking politicians. They run our fucking government. And so we're fucked. Okay. And the Chinese are going to fucking leapfrog past us, or maybe not past us, but they'll at least get fucking close to us, closer than is we should be comfortable with. And it's because we'll be fucking whatever, fucking listening to Greta fucking Thunberg. So that's that. All right. What else? I think that's, how could I possibly? All right. So yeah, Banhammer, blah, 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 blah. What was this one? I don't know what the fuck this one was. Yeah. So people go, oh, but fucking Bitcoin is fucking $30,000 a year, Mandrake. Oh, how come Bitcoin? How come I didn't fucking, I got to apologize to him about the price. I don't have to apologize to you about fucking nothing. I don't apologize to you. I just fucking ban you when you show me what a jerk off you are. That's how the relationship really works. So just so if you weren't clear, come in the chat, act like a jerk off, get banned. Fairly simple. You know what I mean? You guys, most of you are craving the authoritarian boot on your fucking neck. So I will just stick that boot up your ass, and you can go to the Luke Ford show or Norvin's show or Patrick Bateman or fucking Ovi or whatever. You can go there. I'm sure you will be welcomed. This is an older tweet. I don't know where it was. Didn't see the date on it, but the tweeter is a guy, Lee Sharp, NFL. A friend just sent me this 10-year-old prize structure for a StarCraft tournament, which I think was a space-based video game, and I can't stop laughing. So, to be in this online gaming tournament, first prize $500, second prize $250, third prize $150, fourth prize $100. If you came in 5th to 8th place, you got 25 Bitcoins. Can you fucking imagine? Right? They literally were giving this. This is like, okay, how are we going to get people to play a stupid video game? Oh, we'll give them $500. And I'm sure the guy who won $500 thought he won something. The guys between fifth and eighth place, if they hung on to those Bitcoins, are laughing their balls off right now. People think, listen, it's important for your confidence to think, well, I understand what the world is like and what's likely to happen, what's not likely to happen, and I got a good grasp on this, and I can tell what's valuable and what's not valuable. But I show time and time again, people don't fucking get it, man. People missed it by a mile, and you think, well, it's over. It's not fucking over. Hyperinflation hasn't kicked in yet. Weimar hasn't kicked in yet. There's $30,000 Bitcoin is cheap fucking Bitcoin. Whether you see that or you don't see that. Ian Manrick can cry all he wants every time he sees a fucking Lambo whiz down the fucking highway. But, being high time preference and having a fucking fiat mindset has not worked for you so far. And it's not going to work for you in the future, right? Here's another. This one was fucking insane. Hey, wait a minute, come on. You got to... Why did that not come up the way I wanted to? All right, there we go. This is another one. More examples of people you should be inspired by. Inspired to not be them at any rate. You should be inspired not to be this person. This is a message from a message board in the year 2011. Do not reply at coffeeforbitcoin.com via diskhaven.com. January 6th of 2011. To me, thank you. Payment of 130 Bitcoin for your order of 2 pounds of premium dry processed coffee has been received, and your coffee will be shipped out immediately. If I paid 130 Bitcoins for the amount of coffee that wouldn't last me a month, I don't know what I would do. You know what I mean? But you're not this guy, right? You're not the guy who sent 130 Bitcoins for, for what was probably like $4 worth of fucking coffee back then. My point is, this was in 2011. We're currently sitting in 2022. In 2032, what is the price of Bitcoin going to be? And what is your relationship to Bitcoin going to be? Are you going to sit there and go, well, in 2022, I heard, 35,000 fucking stories of why I should take advantage of this, but I sat there with my thumb up my ass. Okay, then that's where you're going to be in 2032. But that's not where I'm going to be in 2032. Okay? That's not at all where I'm going to be in 2032. Again, you guys are just going to make one more neo-reactionary list of shit that's wrong with fucking democracy and hope democracy commits suicide so that the king can come back, and it's going to be the king that you like, and he's going to fix all the problems you think should be fixed in the order you think they should be fixed, and you'll never have to fucking work again. You'll just sit there and golf clap. Oh, yes. Oh, Your Majesty. Oh, wonderful, sir. Oh, yes, Your Majesty. This is great. And you'll get a government-issued girlfriend, and you can make fucking, you can do a podcast on how much the Jews suck. I think that's an unlikely scenario. I think the inflation that we're currently seeing, not going away. When Ron DeSantis comes in, he's not going to fix it. You know what I mean? He's not going to bring the jobs back from China. He's not going to build nuclear power plants. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Ain't going to happen. The world is going to get darker and scarier and meaner. And it's going to get closer and closer and closer to you. And people are like, no, it won't. And I'm like, yes, it will. It's going to be darker and scarier than you can fucking imagine. This was, where's my man? Where is here? This one. This was amongst my favorite screen captures from a video, and I find it really telling. This is the direction that the future is going in. Right? Let's see if it came up on the screen yet. Yeah, it did. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. What are you looking at? You're looking out a window. Somebody's taking this is still shot from a video of a cartel, a Mexican drug cartel, like Twitter account or somebody who uploads that shit. And there's a dude. What I have circled in that gold circle is a Barrett 50 caliber rifle. Okay, and they're driving past the Phoenix, Arizona police with a Barrett 50 caliber rifle set up on the dashboard of their car. This is what the Mexican cartels have to shoot. Now, those rifles, I can't remember what they cost. I think it's something like $14,000 each. I haven't looked at the price in a long, long time. But yeah, that will shoot through. You hide behind a car, you can hide behind two cars. That round will punch through both cars, both engine blocks, kill you and the motherfucker behind you. Okay? The cartels have those weapons, and I promise you, they will fucking use them. They will use them against police who have there ain't no vest, there ain't no fucking steel plate that's going to stop that thing. This is what the future is going to look like. Increasingly fucking violent. And you're going to go, well, I don't live in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't live in the desert. Something like this is going to be everywhere. Something like this is going to be everywhere. And sooner or later, you're going to have to leave your fucking house. And if you are not, smart, if you are not streetwise, you're going to pay a fucking price. One more Bitcoin thing. One more Bitcoin thing. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. This indication that Bitcoin is what you should be doing. The city of New York recently, and this was very recently, passed a law against POW, proof of work mining. That's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is proof of work. Everything else is proof of stake. And this guy tweets, can somebody explain to me why proof of work mining ban bills in New York City are getting passed at 3 a.m. on Friday morning? So they called the fucking city council in to pass this fucking law at 3 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Friday on June 3rd or early June to keep you from mining Bitcoin inside the city of New York. Now, I'm guessing that like these big Wall Street companies or these big companies have computer rooms that somebody could maybe hijack the computer power to mine Bitcoin on the side or something like that. Or maybe these companies will do it themselves to pay their rent. And the city of New York absolutely, under no circumstances, wants Bitcoin mined in New York City, which you have to wonder why that would be. Why would the city of New York want to ban that? Why? Kenya's doing it. Oman's doing it. El Salvador's doing it. Everybody's doing it. Exxon's doing it. But New York says, no, you can't mine Bitcoin, proof of work, crypto, within the city limits. Okay. You want to ask yourself, why? Here we go. And really, this is the answer. This is not a happy story, and I try not to do the dark stuff. It's going to be really fucking tough to avoid. And some of you are going to go, well, they deserved it. But this is also one of those crazy photographs that you would think it was fucking dark. What's it say? Man admits to bludgeoning a woman with a nail-spiked plank in New York. A board with nails. And I don't hit this woman in the head, and you can see it's like some skinny white fucking whatever product manager. You know what I mean? Walking down the street and standing over her with a fucking 2x4 with nails in it is some homeless fucking dindu just whacking away at her. Right? She's walking down the sidewalk, sees this motherfucker holding a 2x4 with nails in it, and does she cross the street? No. Does she take out a pepper spray? No. She just walks right by like, oh, I'll just pretend it's not happening. Don't want to look like a racist. I don't want to look like a racist, right? And as soon as she gets near, guess what? He starts fucking whacking away, knocks her out fucking cold. Who knows what the fucking extent of her injuries are? The best part is if you look at the white panel truck, the white van right next to him, in black letters it says Haifa, right, which is a city in Israel. It's a port city in Israel. So it just seems like, Jesus Christ, did you would think I photoshopped this myself, but I did not, in fact, do that. So you say, well, she's a dopey broad, blah, 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 blah. Okay. My point is, this is a woman for whom she never imagined she would be hit with a 2x4 in broad daylight in America's largest city. Like, she could not imagine that. It's outside of her imagination because she's college educated and, she's a good person and she only wants what's best for everyone, blah, 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 blah. And she's not equipped to deal with the psychotic dindu that has a fucking 2x4 with fucking nails in it, right? This experience, this stimulus is outside her fucking experience and she doesn't know how to deal with it. I hope you do. And the best thing you can possibly do is just fucking avoid this shit. Cross the street, turn around, go home. Like, literally, like, don't be near these people if you can avoid it in any way, shape, or form, because they are psychotically violent. They are fucking murderous on levels. You can't fucking, you just, you just don't understand. You don't understand, and you don't understand. And I'm going to explain to you that no amount of my IQ is higher than your IQ. By the way, I bet you're like, I could only wish those people come out of their house and meet motherfuckers like this guy. Right? Everybody here, diversity Americans, basketball Americans, each and every one. This is from the Daily Mail because American papers will cover stuff like this. From today, June 6th of 2022, drug dealer shoots 6 people at a stash house. He actually killed all of them. He didn't just shoot them. He killed all of them before taking a selfie wearing one of the victims' sunglasses. This is their idea of a good time. Mass murder, and then put it up on Facebook or put it up on your Insta. Yo, put it up on your Insta. That's short for Instagram. Someone is going to have to deal with this problem. These problems are not going away. And I'm trying to remember where this happened. I think this happened in the Carolinas or something like that. It's not a New York story. But the point is, someone has to fix those fucking problems. And you're not going to like the solutions. You're not the guys that are going to go fix those fucking solutions. You're just going to sit back and make neo-reactionary commentary on the lack of subtle nuance of whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? That you choose irrelevance in life, that's your choice. It's 100% your choice. I would say, just to fucking piss off the fucking Federal Reserve, fucking buy Bitcoin. Piss on their fucking money. But maybe you want gold bars and an IOU that they're going to send you the gold bar sometime between now and 2045. Right after they're done with the transfer from London to Switzerland. The real world's about to get fucking uglier and harder for a lot of fucking people. And there's going to be no way to avoid it. Even if it doesn't happen to you, other people are going to be seeing this on their social media feeds one way or another. And it's going to get in their fucking heads. It's going to affect them. So it's gonna come to you one way or another. So I suggest you look at it clear-eyed and try to make a fucking strategy for how you're going to deal with this shit if this happens. That's stuff that I do. You know what I mean? Like when I stop my car to pay for my $5 gasoline, in Baltimore or Philly or fucking Wilmington or something like that, my head's in a fucking swivel before I stop the car. I'm checking out everybody and everything and deciding, do I stop or do I just fucking whip a U-turn and go another 5 miles down the fucking road to a different gas station? And you say, well, I don't want to live like that, or I can't live like that. you may end up laid on the fucking sidewalk with some dude with a 2x4 standing over you, talking to his crack genie. You know what I mean? That's so. Um, your life is going to change, like it or not, by forces you don't control and you don't understand. I suggest you understand them, learn to avoid them, and and try to do shit to protect yourself. You know what I mean? One, don't be around crackheads with fucking 2x4s. All right, don't don't go hanging out in the hood. This fucking that fucking cocksucker. This guy, this guy from Pennsylvania, who's like fucking listens to Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh's been dead for like 2 years. He listens to Rush Limbaugh rebroadcast. He's doing courier stuff. He's doing air cargo stuff, and it's like he thinks he's pals with me. You know what I mean? And he's going blah blah. I seen him the other day. He's like, da 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 da. Nancy Pelosi, this and that. I said, dude, nobody fucking cares. And it's a room full of blacks and Spanish and me and him. And he's like, yeah, but Nancy Pelosi. I said, dude, nobody fucking cares. I said, vote for this one, vote for that one. They both work for the Federal Reserve. No, it's like, oh, but it's corrupt. I said, is today your first day on fucking earth? Like today your first fucking day? And because the clerks didn't mouth off to him, yeah, but they're all black and they don't want to fucking hear it. And I'm like, dude, shut up. Nobody fucking. I'm trying to tell this guy, shut the fuck up. Deliberate, like, one, you're a retard for being a Republican, but like you're in a room full of people who fucking hate you, and the first chance they get to fuck you over, they will. And he's a short little fucking dork who used to he bought coke off a dude named Tyrone. Like he bought an 8-ball of coke in the 1980s from some dude named Tyrone, and he thinks he's down with the fucking hood. He didn't know fuck all about the fucking hood. And he's gonna dig his fucking grave with his fucking mouth. He has no clue where the fuck he is or who's listening to him, and he actually thinks the dumb shit he fucking believes does anything other than irritate people. Going around the world irritating people is a bad fucking strategy. Okay, unless you're looking for fights. You're looking for fights, great. But this guy ain't looking for fights, and he can't handle any fight coming his way. So be smart. Don't be like this fucking chucklehead from what tells it Your Way Transport or something like that. He works for. I don't know. I was like shouting at him. I'm trying not to go off on him, and like he thinks we're pals. I'm not fucking pals with this guy. I'm not fucking pals with this guy. But and just out of a sense of, to be honest, I just wanted to get my shit on a fucking plane, and I don't care what the fuck happens to him. They can take him out in the parking lot and kick his fucking head like a soccer ball. I don't give a fuck. But don't irritate these fucking people. You know what I mean? Leave them alone. They're low fucking wage black females, with fucking clip-on fingernails like this fucking long. They don't want to hear your shit. Like, leave them alone. Let them do their fucking jobs. Go play fucking Rush Limbaugh advocate somewhere in fucking Pennsylvania. Dumb fuck. I can't stop you from being a retard, even though I'm shouting like in your face. I realized I'm wasting my fucking breath and I'm putting too much effort into this for this fucking guy, but I still thought, well, I'm gonna try. For what it's worth, 5 minutes of my life, I'll try it IRL. It didn't really work. I don't really think it works. I don't even think it works here. You know what I mean? I think people just watch this and go, I don't know, he's going to say something funny. No, fuck it. I'll go watch Luke Ford. That's probably what, probably the same thing happening online is happening in the real world. I'm doing the best I can do to point out what the smart choices are and how you can protect yourself, and you can, ignore it, or you can go do whatever you're going to do. But the reality is going to intrude on your bubble, and you will not be able to reinflate that bubble fast enough. You will not be able to do that. I promise you, you will be fucking overwhelmed. The lights will go out. You'll have no smartphone, whatever, because they shut down the fucking power plant because they don't have enough fucking gay Muslim engineers, working the fucking dial that turns up the fucking electricity. Who the fuck knows? It could get real fucking interesting, and it could impact you. So try to be, be aware of this, adapt to your environment, and think about what you're going to do before you do it. Try not to just react. Try to have some kind of a plan, because you're better off having a plan than not having a plan. And if your plan doesn't work, make another plan. All right. You might have to do that on the fly, but it's a challenge. It's a mental challenge to you high IQ guys to fucking put together a fucking practical plan of how to fucking live your life when the lights go out, the police aren't responding, and fucking 2x4 with nails guy is on this end of the street, and I just killed 6 dudes in the drug houses on that end of the street. You know what I mean? And you're in the middle. So, there's an exciting intellectual challenge for you. You know what I mean? Then you can write on your blog post about afterwards. And then fucking buy Bitcoin so that the Jews don't rob you while you fall asleep exhausted, thanking God you lived another day. If you believe in God, don't use the devil's money. Use Bitcoin, because religious people say Bitcoin is a heaven-sent weapon against Satan's catamites, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I think that's it. Did I do everything? What else did I not do? I think that's everything. Coming up on one minute, one fucking minute, retard. 1 hour, 12 minutes. Ian Manrick, you are too high time preference. You NGMI, not gonna make it, bro. If you want to live a fiat lifestyle, Lambo, supermodel, cocaine, ass crack. Good luck with that. It's probably not as satisfying as you think it is. Everyone else, consider that your strategy going into the future of, gee, I hope we get lucky, is probably not the best. I did that for most of my life. It hasn't worked out. None of my dreams really came true. So you might want to choose a different strategy then. I hope we get lucky. Try, just for 5 minutes, think, well, what if I had a different strategy other than I hope I get lucky? What choices would you make? Explore that. Explore the nuance of that. You know what I mean? Whatever. Do that while your phone is charging up and you're waiting for the next neo-reactionary right-wing podcast or whatever the fuck you're doing. All right. With that, it is, what is it, like 11:30 here? 5 viewers, like huge numbers. I'm doing. I'm almost as popular as that black guy who does the MMA show. No, not really. And I don't know why I'm losing my voice. This pollen's killing my fucking voice, even though there's no pollen at night. So it doesn't explain that to me. I don't know why that's happening. But I have ranted and raved long enough. Ear Manrig, Jonathan Pohl, Virgil Doc, Purple Heart, to the lurkers, to the stream snipers, to the bots, or whoever is showing up. Thanks for showing up. And see you guys next week.